Ismail Yassine, also credited as Ismail Yassine, Arabic, IPA, Ismail Yassine, September 15, 1912–May 24, 1972, was an Egyptian comedian/actor. Known for his eponymous film series, Ismail Yassine had a difficult childhood in Suez where he was born. His mother died at an early age and his father was jailed, thus forcing him to leave school before completing his primary education. He worked as a parking valet to support himself. He started his career as a monologue singer and headed for Cairo after Abu el-Saud el-Iberi, the comic screenwriter and his best friend and life partner, had discovered him and had helped him to join Badia Massabni's troupe. His break into the movie industry came when Fouad el-Ghazari gave him his first role in the movie Khalf el-Habayib in 1939. He later joined Ali al-Qasser's troupe and started to gain widespread recognition, eventually becoming one of the most popular stars in the Arab world. A record 15 movies used his name in their titles to capitalize on his fame. Most of them were written by Abu el-Saud el-Iberi. He was widely known for manipulation of his facial expressions and often made fun of his large mouth in his films. His trademark gimmick was to act terrified, bringing his wobbling knees together, stretching his shaking arms in front of him, stammering silently, and suddenly snapping out of his panic with a loud inhalation of air. In the 1960s his health began to deteriorate. He moved to Lebanon where he participated in a number of films, and later when he returned to Egypt he was heavily in debt. He died of a heart attack in 1972. His son, Yassine Ismail Yassine, is also famous Egyptian film director. After a military regime took over in the 1952 revolution, another conscription narrative was swiftly established. From 1955 to 1959, Ismail Yassine, who had made numerous films with his name in the title, released 5 films as light propaganda for the army. For example, Ismail Yassine fil Gaish, Ismail Yassine in the Army, in 1955. Legacy. A Google Doodle on September 15, 2011 commemorated Yassine's 96th birth anniversary. Filmography. 1973 Isabet el-Nisay, 1963 El-Majaneen fi Na'im, 1962 Malik el-Petrol, 1961 Ismail Yassine fil Sign, 1960 Hamadi Malik, 1960 Sharas al-Basel, 1959 El-Adaba el-Qadra, 1959 Ismail Yassine Bolis Harbi, 1959 Ismail Yassine fil Tayaran, 1959 Ismail Yassine Lal Bay, 1959 Lokandet el-Mavagat, 1959 Rihla el-Qamar, 1959 Hassan wa Marika, 1958 Babai Effendi, 1958 Ismail Yassine fi Mostash Fed al-Maganan, 1958 Ismail Yassine fil Dimashq, 1958 Ismail Yassine fil Usjil, 1958 Ismail Yassine Tarazan, 1957 El-Commissariat al-Fatanate, 1957 Ibn Hamidou, 1957 Ismail Yassine fi Jananat al-Haywanat, 1957 Ismail Yassine fil Madaf el-Shami, 1956 Ismail Yassine fil Bolis, 1956 Sahibat el-Azama, 1956 al-Mufatash al-Am, 1955 Ismail Yassine fil Gaish, 1955 Ismail Yassine Yukab el-Raya wa Sakina, 1954 Bait al-Taa, 1954 El-Anissa Hanafi, 1954 El-Dunya el-Amatitak, 1954 El-Hamawa el-Fatanate, 1954 El-Lis el-Sharif, 1954 El-Zulun Haram, 1954 Fail Care, 1954 Ismail Yassine meets Frankenstein, 1954 Kidbet April, 1954 Lanhubi, 1954 Mugamarat Ismail Yassine, 1954 Nashla Hanam, 1954 El Sedat Marfa Ushiktabu, 1954 Afertet Ismail Yassine, 1953 Bayan Kalbain, 1953 Bin Telekaber, 1953 Dahab, 1953 Halal Alaik, 1953 Kalimat el-Haq, 1952 Al-Hawa Maliye Ushdawa, 1952 Bait el-Natash, 1952 Hamadi Kambul Azoria, 1952 Kitrel Nada, 1952 Minutes Aina Laka Haza, 1952 Mismar Goha, 1952 Sultanate al-Sara, 1952 El-Sada el-Maharama, 1952 El-Munasir, 1951 El-Mualim Bulbul, 1951 Phil Hawasawa, 1951 Habibi Katir, 1951 Taa La Salim, 1950 Iqbal al-Bukhari, 1950 Falfel, 1950 Habibti Susu, 1950 Sibuni Agani, 1950 Sid al-Hosn, 1950 Ahar Kedba, 1949 Agazaf El Gohanim, 1949 Ahebek Inta, 1949 El Nasay, 1949 Gawahir, 1949 Sahibat El Malilim, 1949 Shari Al Balawan, 1949 Little Mistevil, 1949 Kalam El Naz, 1948 Kulud, 1948 Ibn El Fela, 1947 El Siddad Farid, 1947 Habib Al Omar, 1946 Bulbul Effendi, 1945 Albani Adam, 1944 Nataga, 1944 Tahia El Sidat, 1942 Alibaba Wa Al Arbain Harameh,